Hello YouTube, I'm going to do a super fast how-to today. I'm going to show how I do my lava power swords, or lava swords. This is a arm for a assault sergeant, which is magnetized, and we put the lava effects on. I use 6 colors, 6 layers. First one is Meteorite Red, then Blood Red, then Blazing Orange, then Fiery Orange, then Ioun Dark Sun. Probably a brighter yellow would be better, but this is what I have, so it's what I use. And lastly, Skull White. So those are the colors I'm going to be using. And you can see I've got the sword base coated in black, and I've done the little electrodes in bolt gun. So the first coat will be in Meteorite Red. Now I do paint from the pot because I keep my paints thin in the pot. Now when you're doing lightning, just want to give some sort of random pattern. When I do mine off the electrodes, kind of like the lava's coming from them. That's kind of just whatever pattern you like. It doesn't have to be anything specific. So that's the first layer. There's one side, and the other side, you can see I've got the red coming from the electrodes. So that's dry. Going on to Blood Red. Now the Meteorite Red, you do want that fairly thick. It doesn't need to be thin yet, because you want to have room for the next layer. So then we just go in and we start layering up, trying to leave a little bit of the old previous color showing after each layer. Oops. Just gonna follow the same pattern. So we're just going over it with the Blood Red. So I'll be back in a sec. So that's it for the Blood Red. Can't really tell a lot of difference in these particular pictures, but that's a layer of Blood Red. So the next layer so will be Blazing Orange. And each line's getting a little bit thinner. We're trying to keep the previous color visible on the edges. Awkward place for me to paint right here, but I'm trying. Make a mistake. That's how we do the Blazing Orange, so we'll be back in a sec. Okay, so that's the Blazing Orange layer. You can start to see a little bit of difference in the color now. So the next layer is Fiery Orange. I know they don't make Fiery Orange anymore, but I was lucky to get a pot of it. It was lying around collecting dust in my local gaming store. But apparently there's a couple non-GW colors which are exactly the same, according to Draw Balls. So again, I'm trying to have the other layers show up a little bit so it's getting thinner and thinner. Oops, that's a little too thick. So, Fiery Orange, we'll be back in a second. So there's a Fiery Orange. Now you can definitely start to see the color gradients. Now for a yellow layer, I said I'm using Ioun Dark Sun, but something like a Sunburst or yellow or Bad Moon Yellow would probably be better. But again, that's what I have. Now I've stopped using my fine detail brush and I've gone to my liner brush for this, because they are just that thin. And we walk through and do a nice, very thin line. Of yellow. So I'll get that done, and I'll see you in a second. So now the yellow layer is complete, and you can definitely see the coloring effects. Now the white is not going over the whole thing. It only goes in edges, corners, very specific areas. Again with the liner. If I can get some paint on this stupid thing. Putting it right there in the corner. Kind of like a inside highlight. A little bit of white. Just give the corners a little bit of heat to them. So that's it. And that's all 6 layers. And that's how I do my lava swords.